We begin with Russia's invasion of Ukraine, now in its 435th day. Now, Russia has blamed Ukraine for setting ablaze one of its oil refineries, while Kyiv has accused Moscow of launching dozens of overnight strikes by unmanned aerial vehicles for the second day running. The targeting of the fuel facility on Thursday occurred at the Ivsky refinery near the Black Sea port of Novorossiysk in the Krasnodar region. This follows a drone attack on Kremlin, and the following report takes a look at the main developments.
Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky has said he would like to see Russian President Vladimir Putin stand trial for war crimes at The Hague. President Zelensky made the assertion at a highly symbolic visit to the War Crimes Court. In a keynote speech after a meeting with top officials at the International Criminal Court, he said Russian President Vladimir Putin must be brought to justice for his war in Ukraine. President Zelensky called for the creation of an international tribunal to deal with Russia's crime of aggression.
I thank you for the fact that for you and us, justice really matters. Thank you, the Netherlands. Let justice really work. And when today, as always, on the 4th of May, at 8 o'clock in the evening, you will honor the memory of all those whose lives were taken away by the wars, by the Second World War and other wars. Please also remember Ukrainians, men and women, adults and children who would have been alive now.
President Zelensky was speaking the day after Moscow accused Ukraine of attempting to assassinate Vladimir Putin. Russia first accused Kyiv of carrying out a drone attack on the Kremlin and threatened to retaliate, but have now accused the United States of being behind the alleged drone attack. In response to Russia's allegation, President Zelensky said his country wasn't interested in attempts on the Russian president's life, but was instead putting faith in international justice.
У світі повинні об'єднуватись для того, щоб ця війна
The United States and Ukraine say they fear that Russia will use Wednesday's incident at the Kremlin to justify intensifying attacks. Meanwhile, Russian forces have launched drones and missiles at Ukrainian cities overnight. For the third time in 4 days, Russian forces targeted the capital, Kyiv. But according to the head of the regional administration, Ukrainian air defenses shot down the drones and ballistic-style missiles. There were also explosions in Odessa, where most drones were shot down and no casualties were reported. On Wednesday, though, Russian shelling in Kherson killed at least 23 civilians, making it one of the deadliest attacks this year. Officials plan to impose a 58-hour stay-at-home order for residents, citing threats posed by Moscow's forces. The stay-at-home order, which is expected to begin Friday evening and end on Monday, also limits freedom of movement into and out of the city. Russia and Ukraine have accused each other of trying to escalate the war.